Welcome to this explainer. Today we are tackling literally every IT engineer's worst nightmare, the critical network outage. You know the drill. Alarms are blazing, connectivity just dropped, and the pressure is completely on. But here's the absolute truth we're going to unpack today. When there is an outage, structured methodologies are more important than ever. They are, quite frankly, your only lifeline.
Picture this for a second. A remote site just went totally dark. Your users are completely disconnected, operations have ground to a halt, and that clock is ticking loud. So what's your very first move? Well, before the panic sets in, you have to realize that guessing commands or just relying on trial and error will almost certainly make things worse. Today we'll see exactly why a strict, structured sequence of commands is the absolute only way to restore service safely.
All right, let's quickly look at today's roadmap. We've got 5 key areas. 1. Understanding iOS access levels. 2. Essential navigation. 3. Safe debugging. 4. Troubleshooting connectivity. And finally, number 5, the golden sequence.
Starting off with Section 1, Understanding iOS access levels. Because, simply put, you can't fix what you can't actually access. It helps to think of Cisco iOS modes almost like security clearance levels in a highly secure facility. Down at the bottom tier, you have user exec mode, which you'll recognize by that closing angle bracket. This is your default landing zone, but it offers very limited read-only access. Honestly, you really can't do much here during a crisis. But by typing enable, you escalate up to privileged exec mode, marked by the pound sign. Now this is where the magic happens. It gives you full visibility into the system's state for diagnostics. And finally, if you need to actually change the infrastructure, configure terminal unlocks global config mode. A structured methodology means always knowing exactly what mode you're in and how to seamlessly jump back using commands like end.
Moving right along to Section 2, Essential Navigation Commands. When an outage happens, every single keystroke counts.
When the network is down, you literally don't have time to thumb through a manual or Google things. You need speed tools. The crucial point here is leveraging built-in helpers, like the question mark, for instant context-sensitive syntax help. If you're ever stuck, just type a question mark, and iOS lists every valid keyword for you. Then you've got the tab key to auto-complete your partial commands, which, trust me, saves precious keystrokes and stops typos in their tracks. Show history is great for recalling recent commands, but my absolute favorite, that would be the do command. It lets you run privileged exec commands, like checking an interface status, from deep inside configuration mode. You don't have to back all the way out and lose your place. It's a massive time saver.
Okay, Section 3, Safe debugging during a crisis. This is dangerous territory, where an unstructured approach can literally destroy whatever's left of your network. You really need to take note of this massive warning. Debugging provides real-time output of what is happening inside the router, which is incredibly powerful. But if you run an unfiltered debug IP packet on a busy production router, it traces every single packet. The sheer volume of output will completely saturate the device's CPU. You will literally create a brand new self-inflicted outage right on top of the one you are already trying to solve.
So, to avoid that absolute disaster, you must always follow a strict 4-step structured workflow. Step 1. Create a scoped access control list in ACL to restrict the debug output to just a single host. Step 2. Enable your debug, but make sure you tie it directly to that specific ACL. Step 3. Carefully observe the terminal for any drops or weird routing behaviors. And Step 4, which is honestly the most important rule of all, immediately type undebug all or no debug all the exact second you have your data. Never ever leave debugs running in production.
Let's jump to Section 4, Troubleshooting Connectivity Loss. Let's see how all of this builds into an actual methodology when users report a total drop in connectivity.
Instead of randomly testing IPs and just sort of hoping for the best, you have to isolate the fault domain systematically. It's a layered approach, kind of like peeling an onion. First, test your local reachability by pinging the gateway. If that fails, well, your problem is local, maybe a downed interface. If it passes, Step 2 is pinging the remote IP to test your end-to-end connectivity. Now, Step 3 is brilliant. You ping the remote IP again, but this time you source it from your loopback interface. This validates that the return traffic actually has a valid route back to your management IP, which is absolutely critical for dynamic routing protocols like OSPF and BGP. Finally, if you're still seeing drops, Step 4 uses traceroute to pinpoint the exact hop where the network is failing. See? Structure beats guessing every single time.
Let's map this onto our earlier crisis, that remote site suddenly going dark. If you're flying blind, you're going to panic. But with a structured methodology, you run these exact 4 steps in this exact order. Step 1, show IP route to the remote subnet, just to check if the route even exists. If it doesn't, boom, it's a routing issue. Step 2, show IP interface brief to verify if your WAN uplinks are actually up. Step 3, show CDP neighbors detail to make sure you still have layer 2 adjacency with your upstream devices. And step 4, show log to check those syslogs for link flaps or protocol resets right around the time the outage kicked off. This sequence brings absolute order to the chaos of a disconnected site.
And that brings us to Section 5, the golden sequence. We have reached the climax of our methodology. These are the absolute first commands every engineer must run when touching an unknown, broken device.
You'll want to burn these into your brain because they are going to be your best friends during an outage. First up, show version. Yes, it checks the iOS version, but more importantly, it shows the device uptime and the specific reason for its last reload. Did it crash? Did somebody pull the power cord? Second, show IP interface brief. This gives you an instant bird's eye view of the physical layer. It immediately reveals downlinks or, ports that an administrator might have accidentally shut down. And third, show IP route. This inspects the routing table to confirm that your traffic actually has a valid path to get to its destination.
To put this into perspective, if you master just those 3 commands, version, interface brief, and route, you can confidently answer 80% of all network mysteries without even breaking a sweat. 80%. It just goes to show that in complex IT systems, the fundamentals, when applied in a structured way, are vastly more powerful than knowing 100 obscure commands.
So, to wrap everything up today, let's review our core principles. First, master those big 3 commands we just went over. Second, please, always save your configuration to startup memory using copy run start. Unsaved configurations are permanently lost if that device reloads, and that is a very costly amateur mistake. Third, debug with extreme care and always filter your output. And lastly, document everything. Add descriptions to your interfaces, put remarks on your ACLs. Trust me, your future self or a fellow engineer trying to solve a bizarre outage at 3 a.m. will seriously thank you.
We've seen today that during an outage, structured methodologies aren't just a nice-to-have. They are strictly non-negotiable. They are more important than ever. It really leaves you wondering, doesn't it? The next time the network drops and those alarms start ringing, will you be the methodical hero with a structured plan, or will you be the panicked engineer who forgets their ACLs and accidentally takes down the entire data center? The choice is entirely in your workflow. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you on the next one.